Can you modify a state Department of Revenue child support order or an administrative child support order? That's what this video is all about. Welcome, guys. This is Child Support School. Class is in session. Before I get started, I want to let you know nothing in this video is going to be legal advice. Nothing here is an invitation to establish an attorney-client relationship. Always consult your own attorney in your jurisdiction about your specific set of facts. And this is for informational purposes only. Okay. So can you modify a state Department of Revenue child support order? A lot of times this is also going to look like an administrative child support order, okay, that's ordered through the Department of Revenue, not through the circuit court. Anything that's got Department of Revenue stamped on it or the word administrative stamped on it, that's what we're talking about here. So in my experience, in my jurisdiction, when one of these orders gets entered, especially if it's an administrative order. So it's not an administrative order. I've got other videos on this channel about it. It means that it's gone through this non-court administrative law process through the Department of Revenue. A lot of states do this. I have a lot of objections to this. I think it screws with people's rights. But if you've got one of these administrative child support orders, from what I have seen personally, the only way you can really modify those is you contact Department of Revenue, you request that they review your file to see if you qualify for a modification. And those are usually denied en masse unless there's some really crazy change in circumstances like the kids living with you now. That's the only circumstance I've ever seen the Department of Revenue agree that one of these administrative cases qualified for a modification. Other than that, in my opinion and in my experience, of course, there may be other ways, all right? This is just me. The only way I've ever seen one of these administrative DOR cases get modified is by having that administrative case transferred to the circuit court. Like where I'm at, we got our main courthouse, and then a few blocks away, we've got this big red brick building where the Department of Revenue administrative hearings happen. It's not even at the courthouse. So if you've got a situation like that, you want to have your administrative order transferred to the circuit court or the courthouse where it becomes a regular circuit court case. Then you've got all of your normal constitutional mechanisms for modification, right? File a petition for modification, do discovery, be entitled to a hearing, be entitled to cross-examine your opposing party, be entitled to notification of hearings, all of that stuff, which you really don't get, in my opinion, in the administrative courts. How do you transfer your administrative case over to the circuit court? Okay. In my jurisdiction, there are two ways to do that. Okay. One is you can file what's called a petition for enforcement. Okay. In your jurisdiction, it may be called something different. But in that petition, you're basically asking the court, and you file it with the circuit court. You're saying, hey, look, I have this administrative case. Here's the case number. I'm attaching as an exhibit a copy of my administrative child support order. I am asking the circuit court to take this administrative order and bring it into a circuit court case for enforcement, for modification, for other purposes. Okay. And generally those are granted. Now, that's one way. The better way, in my opinion, to do it is to file your own child custody case. Or if you're married, your own divorce in the circuit court, okay? You file a petition to establish paternity, parental rights, and time sharing in the circuit court. That case is also going to be mandated to address child support. So that case is going to end up with a parenting plan. We've got court-ordered time sharing. And it's going to end up with new child support numbers. Okay. Now, in your petition that you file, you have to say, hey, I need a superseding child support order. That means that you're basically putting the court on notice that whatever child support amount comes out of your custody case, you are asking the court to take that and make that supersede or take over your old administrative child support case. So that magic language in your petition to establish your parental rights is you need a superseding child support order. All right. And you want to attach as Exhibit A, a copy of your administrative child support order. All right. So now all of that I just said is assuming that you have an administrative non-circuit court child support case. So what if, because the other half of the time, the Department of Revenue, when they come after you for child support, they actually do go through the circuit court, but they just use these child support hearing officers. Okay. If your child support was established in front of a child support hearing officer, okay, then it's probably a circuit court case. It's not in front of the circuit judges, which I think that would be better, but they have these child support hearing officers where at least you have these basic rights, okay, I referenced earlier. Now, if your child support was originally established by an administrative judge, okay, an admin judge, then you have an administrative case, and you're going to have to go through that process that I described a minute ago. All right, so if your support was established by a child support hearing officer, then that means that you've probably got a circuit court case. Probably all you need to do is file a supplemental petition for modification with the court. Don't just serve it to the DOR. You will have to have a process server go and serve the other parent directly, but you'll also send, probably a certified copy. If you want to send it by a process server, you can. You want to serve a copy of it on the Department of Revenue, but you absolutely must serve a hard copy by a process server or sheriff on the other party directly. Okay. All right. So listen, guys, there's a lot that goes into this. There's other videos on this channel that kind of go into the modification process, other videos still that go into the differences between administrative and circuit court child support orders. Check those out. If you like this content, hit that thumbs up icon. Really helps this channel out. We're a small channel. We're growing. Really helps us out when you hit that thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, it costs nothing. I'm putting out videos like this all the time to help out anyone who's on child support or going through the child support system. Guys, I appreciate you hanging through to the end. I'll see you in the next one.